Respected my bro, much and more love to you all. Okay, now we are going to discuss about Indus Valley Civilization, which is more important for the competitive examination of India. When you give not only UPSC but also all types of competition of the country is very useful this topic. As you know that up to 1960, the syllabus of history contained only Vedic civilization as an ancient civilization, okay? But after 1960, the college and schools of our country started to teach Indus Valley civilization as the earliest civilization of India. Therefore, we know properly. As you know, Indus Valley civilization, which started from 6000 BCE and ended in 1300 BCE, according to NCERT. NCERT के अनुसार यह सभ्यता 6000 BC से 1300 BCE तक रहा. इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन is known as proto-historic and copper bronze age civilization. Proto-historic and copper bronze age civilization. Now we look here. Indus Valley civilization is known as proto-historic and copper bronze civilization. Here is two word. Number one is proto-historic. Indus Valley civilization is known as proto-historic and copper bronze civilization. These two terms denote a particular concept. Like proto-historic means the time period of that historic event, which had no any written evidence, वह कालखंड जिसका कोई लिखित साक्ष्य नहीं है, where is no found any type of script inscription, that called proto-historic. Okay, as you know, the scholar of history defined history in three parts. Number one is prehistory. Number two is proto-history. Number three is history. Prehistory is the history of that time period where not found any type of inscription, script, okay, that kept under prehistory, like Stone Age. Stone Age had only the tools of stone, but no found any script. Therefore, Stone Age is counted under prehistory. But proto-history, here no found evidence of script. It means the history of this time period is based on only on the tools of stone. Number two is proto-history. Proto-history means in this time period found the evidence of inscription, but not readable. Therefore, it called proto-history. Evidence of inscription is available is available but not readable. Okay, that time period is called proto-history. Like Indus Valley Civilization is the proto-historic age, therefore it called proto-historic civilization because its inscription is not readable till now. अभी तक इसके स्क्रिप्ट जो है पढ़े नहीं जा सके हैं, यही कारण है कि इसे प्रोटो हिस्टोरिक में रखा गया है. And history is the time period. History means the event, incident of that time period where inscription is available on the script or other sources like literature sources also. That time period is called history. It means that time period where we find evidence properly and that is readable, जो पठनी भी है, that called history. Okay, evidence of inscription which is readable. Okay, the evidence of inscription which is readable is called history. In this way, this term is clear, proto-historic period. Next term is copper bronze civilization. Indus Valley Civilization. It was the Indus Valley Civilization who discovered copper at first time. Therefore, it called copper and bronze civilization. The society of Indus Valley Civilization was fully introduced with the metals like copper, bronze, tin, gold, silver, etc. But iron was not found here. Therefore, we cannot count iron in the metallic utilization by the Indus Valley Civilization. Okay. Therefore, it also named copper bronze civilization. Copper discovered by Indus Valley Civilization and they used copper, tin and bronze. Bronze, as you know, bronze is the metal which made of tin plus tin, tin plus copper, that called bronze. So tin plus copper is equal to bronze. Therefore, it named copper bronze civilization. Okay. Indus Valley Civilization is the most important civilization of India because when John Marshall declared in 1924 that the earliest civilization of India is Indus Valley Civilization, not Vedic civilization. Therefore, it presented a revolutionary concept about the Indian civilization. Here we should know the sources first. Firstly, we know sources. Sources is very important things to know the event of that time period, and the history can be possible to make on the basis of sources. Here is a question that Indus Valley Civilization has inscription but that is not readable. Therefore, the approved and complete information of the civilization is not possible to gain by us. Okay, sources here is seals. Number one, seals. Number two, terracotta. Terracotta figures. Number three is palace and ruins. Number four is a big cylindrical seal of Mesopotamia received from Mohenjo-daro. Number five, a small cylindrical seal of Mesopotamia received from Lothal beads, gems, pottery, stone tools, etc. These are the sources to know the history of Indus Valley Civilization. We discuss first about seals. Seals are more important to map the history or incident events of the Indus Valley Civilization. These seals was made of steatite talc. Steatite talc means it's a type of soil which is very soft in nature like candle. Okay, it's a type of soil. It is very soft in nature like a candle. You can write on the board by the help of steatite. Therefore it is very soft and good matter. The seals are made also with the soils and the teeth of an elephant, but almost seals of the civilization was made of steatite. Okay, made of steatite. which also called talc. These seals were made for the utilization in trading activities. Seals were very necessary to stamp on the trading goods. When a community or trader sells their goods to the foreigners like Mesopotamia, Afghanistan, or other places, then these seals was very necessary to stamp on the particular goods. It clears that nobody interrupted this good, the quantity and quality of the sold goods are completely safe or not. It was proved or it was necessary for this type of seals. Seals carried the pictures of animals, birds, and coding words among the traders or businessmen. Okay. Next, terracotta figures. Terracotta figures also is very good sources to know the history. Terracotta figures are made of metals like copper, bronze, also it made of soils. Terracotta figures picturized the pictures of birds, animals, etc. Next, palace and ruins. Palace, as you know, the granary of Mohenjo-daro, great bathroom, and all the houses, buildings of this civilization, which shows this ruins symbol shows that these buildings were very marvelous in the time when it was made. Okay. Next point is a big cylindrical seal of Mesopotamia received from Mohenjo-daro. A big cylindrical seal of Mesopotamia. It indicates that Mesopotamia and India was engaged in the trading activities because the seal of Mesopotamia is available in Mohenjo-daro and Lothal. Okay. Next, a small cylindrical seal, also a big and a small seal, found from Lothal. Next, beads, gems, pottery, stone tools. Also, these are the tools, these are the sources to know the history of Indus Valley Civilization. Beads were made of stone, soils, and metals. These beads were used by the people to make mala or other cosmetic items. Gems, there are many types of gems found in this civilization made of gold, silver, and soils. Pottery is the introduction of Indus Valley civilization. They were very perfect to make pottery of soils in red color and black color. The pottery was made of red color completely and it signed, designed by black color. Therefore, it used to say that the symbol of Indus Valley civilization is red pottery. Stone tools, there are many tools made of stones are found from the Indus Valley civilization. Okay. Next, we discuss We shall know each and everything by headlines. Now here we start naming. Naming of this civilization. This civilization, Indus Valley Civilization, is called Hariyupia. Hariyupia. Hariyupia word is used in Rigveda. Therefore, Mortimer Wheeler says that this Hariyupia word denotes the Harappa. In this way, he connected Hariyupia word and recognized this Hariyupia is Harappa. Therefore, it used in Rigveda. Rigveda. It means Harappa is called Hariyupia in Rigveda. Number 2, Meluha. Meluha word used by the king of Egypt, which mentioned in his inscript that is old about 2350 years. 2350 BCE, Meluha word used or named to the Indus Valley Civilization by the king of Egypt. There are 3 terms used in this inscript. This inscript is written by Egypt, and this inscript used 3 terms. Number 1 term is Meluha, second term is Dilman, which denote Bahrain. Dilman word denote Bahrain. And third word is Makan. This Makan word denote Makram. Okay. Makram. These 3 terms used in the script of Egypt, which is written by the king of Egypt in 2350 BCE. Here we should know only Meluha. Meluha means Indus Valley Civilization. Okay. Next, number 3 is Harappa Civilization. Harappa Civilization. Harappa Civilization, this name is very popular for this civilization, and this name kept in 1931 by the Archaeological Survey of India. Harappa name is very starting or list name, and it is very popular name, Harappa Civilization. Why this name kept by the scholar? Its reason is that the first site of this civilization is Harappa, which was located on the bank of river Ravi in Pakistan, and first remains of this civilization occurred, excavated and found, and in this way the civilization came to light in 1921 by the discovering of Dayaram Sahani. Therefore, the popular name of this civilization is Harappa civilization. Okay. Next, Indus Valley Civilization. Indus Valley Civilization. Indus Valley Civilization is also a popular name, no doubt. The reason to keep this name is that almost sites, villages and cities were located on the bank and basin area of Indus River. Therefore, it named Indus Valley Civilization. Indus Valley Civilization. Almost sites, villages, cities were located on the basin of river Indus Valley or on the plain of the river Indus Valley. Therefore, it named Indus Valley Civilization. Next, fifth is Indus Saraswati Civilization. Indus Saraswati Civilization, this name is very latest name given by ASI Archaeological Survey of India in 2015. In 2015, it is very latest name. The reason behind this name is the many sites of the civilization were located between the river Indus and its tributaries and river Saraswati like Rakegadi, Mittathal, Banwali, Kalibanga. These sites were located on the basin of river Saraswati, and in the western part almost sites like Mohenjo-daro, Chanodaro, Judeo-Jodharo, Loham-Jodharo, etc. sites were located on the plain of Indus River. Therefore, it named Indus Saraswati civilization. Okay, and generally, simply Indus civilization. Indus civilization. Generally, simply a educated man, a scholar, historian, accent in the civilization in brief form, shortly. This is Indus civilization. Okay, it is in generally used. The name is clear. Now we discuss timing or time period. Naming then timing. Timing of this civilization. As you know, almost each and every board of India accept authentic data from NCERT. Here we also should take the authentic data of NCERT. According to the NCERT, Indus Valley Civilization existed from 6000 BCE to 1300 BC. It was the full time period. It means this civilization existed about 4700 years in total. In this way, this civilization existed about 4700 years. NCERT classified this civilization on the basis of symptom of the civilization, okay, and classified it in this way. Number one, it classified into three parts. Classified into three parts. Number one, pre-Harappa age. Pre-Harappa age. This pre-Harappa age was from 6000 BCE to 2600 BCE. Number two, matured Harappa. Matured Harappa age. It was from 2600 BCE to 1900 BCE, and 3 is later Harappa age from 1900 BCE to 1300 BC. This is the classification of this civilization. Now we should know about the features of this time periods, pre-Harappa age. This is the features of this age is a question told by UPSC in the mains examination, that the ancestors of Indus Valley Civilization, was what doing before their existing in matured period. Then this story comes to us. The ancestors of this civilization was doing some things before the maturity of this civilization. The pre-Harappa age, during pre-Harappa age, the ancestors of it was doing agriculture, seasonal profession, and animal husbandry in the initial form. As you know, the first evidence of rice found in Mehergarh in 8000 BCE, and the first evidence of cotton production found in 7000 BCE in the Mehergarh and Kiligul Muhammad regions. In this way, it clears that the ancestors of Harappan peoples were doing agriculture, seasonal profession, animal husbandry, etc. And they learned to make the house with brick addition by gara. Gara means the matter uses to add the bricks. Okay, that method is called gara. So they learned to make bricks addition and make the house. Okay, in this way they gradually developed to do agriculture, animal husbandry, and residential formation, residential construction, and they started to live in a permanent settlement form. In this way, gradually the ancestors came to the existence, and they followed regionalization. Regionalization means migration. They migrated from Baluchistan area to Indus basins and settled there. They learned to make circles, wheels, and they found the knowledge of geometry, jyotish, and they learned many scientific approaches, many scientific researches. They were very expert to know the activity of universe, solar system, and in this way they collected a huge knowledge about the nature, and they settled themselves according to the ecology, and gradually they came to the Indus basins and regions and formed this civilization. Then in this time period, pre-Harappa age, they started agriculture, seasonal profession, seasonal profession, animal husbandry, and settled villages, small town, settled villages, etc. They invented copper. Copper is the first metal of the human civilization, which discovered by the Indus peoples. Okay, they discovered it. Copper, wheel, wheel. The invention of wheel was very revolutionary because due to this invention, the Indus civilization could be possible to make bullock cart for the transporting system, and it got easy to do trade. In this in pre-Harappa age, it was the more features for the pre-Harappa age. Now, second is matured Harappa age. Matured Harappa age is 2006 BC. The features of matured Harappa age. In this time period, the society developed highly. From 2600 BCE, they started to make big city, and big buildings, and villages were very helpful for the urban areas because agriculture production was operated in the village area, and this village area sold their agri production to the town area. In this way, town area got food from the villages area, and villages area purchased manufactured goods from town area. In this way, a relation between village and urban area became very fine, and it focused to make a big and developed urbanization in the Indus Valley region. Okay. In this time period, they made not only a big city but also very good transporting system, trading activities. They started international trade from Egypt, Afghanistan, Baluchistan, and internal trade also operated in a smart form. And then the civilization came to the matured development level. Okay, here we found equal size of bricks, equal size of measurement tools, equal, it means equality denote that a well administration could be possible in this civilization. Therefore, the equality in the trading activity, equality in the living traditions were very fine and acceptable by all the peoples of the society. Later Harappa period. Later Harappa period started from 1900 BCE. After 1900 BCE, the big cities started to abolish, come down. After 1900 BCE, big city ruined away, and many equality of traditional goods, traditions abolished away. In a very few symptoms, we find that scripts writing, stamp manufacturing or seals manufacturing became very less after 19 BCE, and the pupils and the public transferred from in Sindh regions to the Gujarat region, Punjab region, and Western UP region. The settlement transferred from that developed area to the undeveloped area. The cause of the decline of this civilization are not clear, that which one cause was more important. There are many opinion based on differentiation. There is no any one opinion which can prove that the civilization, Indus Valley civilization, declined due to this particular region. We shall discuss on it uh, on the topic of decline. Okay, we are going in a serial by the headlines. Therefore, we should know only these some things at this level. Next, we discuss about the origin of the civilization. Origin. Also, it is a very important headlines of this chapter. UPSC sometimes told the question from origin of the civilization, how Harappan civilization came to existence, how it formed. It is a question. There are three types of opinion given by the scholar for the origin of Indus Valley civilization. These three opinions are in this way. The first three opinions, three opinion. These three opinions are: number one, by the impact of Egyptian civilization. This first opinion is propounded by Mortimer Wheeler, M. Wheeler, Gordon Child, Leonard Woolley, D.D. Kosambi, D.D. Kosambi, and Kramer. These scholars said that the founder of Indus Valley civilization was Egyptian civilization. But there are many scholars who opposed this opinion and given argument. This argument are in this way, that Egyptian civilization may not be founder of Indus Valley civilization. They are in this way, that first, on the basis of script, on the basis of script, the scholar said that the script of Egyptian civilization was in nail shape, nail, Nail, nail shape. But The script of Indus Valley Civilization was on the basis of pictographic, emotional pictographic. Nail shape was of Egyptian script, but Indus Valley Civilization script was emotional pictographic. Emotional pictographic. This is first difference is found clearly between these two civilizations. The second difference, administrator. Administrator. The scholar said that the administrator of Egyptian civilization was priest class. It was clear in Egypt, but the administrator of Indus Valley civilization is not clear. Some scholar says that the priest was the administrator of Indus Valley civilization, but also some group of scholar says that traders were the administrator of Indus Valley civilization. In this way, the administrator of Indus Valley civilization is not cleared, but the administrator of Egyptian civilization is very cleared. Also, in this on this point, there is no any matching between Egyptian civilization and Indus Valley civilization. Third point, bricks. Use of bricks. It is clear that Indus Valley civilization used a baked bricks. Baked bricks. Rarely used raw bricks, but Egyptian civilization mainly used raw bricks. It clears that the founder of Indus Valley civilization would not be Egyptian civilization. Also, drainage system. Drainage system clears the differentiation between these two civilizations. The drainage system of India was very fine and it was made in a planning way. The sanitation of Indus Valley civilization is very admirable, but the drainage system of Egyptian civilization is cannot be compared with the Indus Valley civilization. On these points, the scholar cut it and denied to accept the founder of Indus Valley civilization is Egyptian civilization. Next, number two, second opinion. By the impact of Irani Baluchi culture. By the impact of Irani Baluchi culture, second opinion is Irani Baluchi culture gradually converted into Indus Valley civilization. The founder or propounder of this opinion are Bridget Alchin, Fair Service, and Romila Thapar. And Romila Thapar. These scholars said that the founder of Indus Valley Civilization was Irani Baluchi culture, which gradually established the Indus Valley Civilization. But also, this opinion is not accepted by all scholars of the country. They argumented that Irani Baluchi culture started earliest agriculture and animal husbandry and started to make earlier houses, cottage, and gradually it converted into Indus Valley civilization. Number three, Sothi culture. This third opinion is related to the native culture. Sothi culture was located in the Bikaner district of Rajasthan. The founder or propounder of this opinion was D.P. Agrawal, D.P. and Dharmapal Agrawal, Amlanand Ghosh, Amlanand Ghosh, Bridget, also this Bridget accepted Sothi culture. Amlanand Ghosh said that Sothi culture gradually developed in urban culture. They started agriculture, trade, production, etc., and animal husbandry also. And lastly, they became success to establish a big settlement, big city. In this way, Indus Valley civilization came to existence. This opinion. Now we can see UPSC told a question that in men's examination how Indus Valley civilization came to exist. Uh, in the men's examination gave a statement and told this question that urbanization of Indus Valley civilization was not suddenly formed. Urbanization of Indus Valley civilization was not suddenly formed. Evaluate it. It means the question is very clear. The Indus urbanization was made in a planning way, and we have discussed here that from pre-Harappan age, the process of developing of Indus Valley civilization was continuously or gradually coming from pre-Harappan age, where they started agriculture in the Kiliguru, Muhammad and Mehergarh regions. Then they advanced to the Indus plains and formed a permanent settlement, and gradually that converted into urbanization. Okay. Now we discuss extension. Extension of this civilization. The first information of Indus Valley Civilization was given by Charles Mason. Charles Mason in 1826. Charles Mason was a soldier in East India Company and he was appointed in the region of Multan, Lahore from the side of East India Company. Charles Mason suddenly found many remains and archaeological goods from Harappa regions in 1826 and he informed to the office of East India Company that here might be an ancient civilization, therefore we should excavate there and should address about that civilization. But at that time the Britishers did not attention to it, therefore the work of excavation became stopped after 1826. But in 1853 Dr. Cunningham Dr. Cunningham appointed by East India to make railway route from Multan to Lahore. Dr. Cunningham were excavating the routes, then they found a huge quantity of bricks and that bricks was very unique in the ratio of 4 to 1, in the ratio of 4 to 1. And this ratio, the bricks was very similar in the all sites and cities of the civilization. Dr. Cunningham surprised to see these bricks and he used these bricks to make the railway route. He also informed to the office of East India Company, but company did not care on this report. In the second time, in 1872, Dr. Cunningham visited again this region, Harappa region, and reported to East India Company in 1875 to convincing that a major important civilization was existing in this area. Therefore, this area should be excavated and we should know the perfect information of this civilization. But British East India Company was not interested. This company was interested to do trade, beneficial activities for the colonialism. They were not interested to research the culture of India. Therefore, this work became suspended for many years. In 1904, Lord Curzon gave power to the Archaeological Survey of India and freedom to do the work under John Marshall, the Director General of Archaeological Survey of India, had made a plan to excavate these sites. In this way, first excavation started in Harappa in 1921 under the leadership of Dayaram Sahni and his team. In this way, when Dayaram Sahni excavated Harappa, then he found many things, many evidence, and surprised to know a civilization was existing here, and that civilization was not a similar but very developed and proudful civilization was existed here. In this way, in 1922, Rakhaldas Banerjee, second site of this civilization, excavated Mohenjo-daro in 1922, which is located in Pakistan in the district of Larkana, and Rakhaldas Banerjee also found many evidence of this civilization, which declared a great bathroom, great granary, big boundary wall, safety wall, many cities. In this way, in 1924, John Marshall declared before to the world that Indus Valley civilization was a very urban civilization, a developed civilization, and we knew properly about the civilization. Next, we know extension. It is clear that Indus Valley civilization was the largest civilization in the contemporary civilization comparison to the Mesopotamian civilizations. Okay. Ranganath Rao said that Rangnath Rao said that the total area of Indus Valley civilization was in 12 lakh 99,600 square kilometer. This civilization was spread on the 12 lakh 99,600 square kilometer, and the northest point of this civilization here was Manda, located in Jammu and Kashmir. Here was Daimabad, located in Maharashtra. Here was Alamgirpur, Alamgirpur in Uttar Pradesh, on the bank of river Hindon, and most western part of the civilization was Sutkargedor, Sutkargedor in Baluchistan, in Baluchistan. It was the location of Indus Valley civilization. Now we should know it on the map of India. Therefore, I make here. Okay, it is river Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, and Byas, and it is Satluj. Okay, this is river Ravi, where Harappa is located. It is Harappa, and it is Kalibanga. बनवाली, राखीगढ़ी, it is river Ganga. Here is Alamgirpur, Alamgirpur in Uttar Pradesh. Here is river Narmada, it is Tapti, and a tributary of Godavari which name is Pravara. Here is located Damabad. It is Damabad. Here is Lothal. It is Lothal. It is Rangpur. Okay, and it is Dhalavira. It is Dhalavira. नागेश्वर, सुरकोतड़ा, मालवन, भगवतराव, etc. Here is Kotdiji. It was Kotdiji. Here is Mohenjo-daro. It was Mohenjo-daro. In Afghanistan, here was Sortughai. Sortughai. Here was Sutkargedor. Sutkargedor. Sotkako, Balakot, Dabarkot. These were the port of this civilization. Lothal was tidal port. Only one tidal port of this civilization was Lothal. All these ports were used in the season of rainy season. Okay, these ports which Sutka, Gedor, Balakot, Davarkot, Sotkako, these also were the ports used in the rainy season. Next, now you can look all these important sites as, as, as the scholar considered that most five big cities were existed in the civilization. That five big cities are in this way. These five big cities are: number one, Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro. Number two, Harappa. Number three, Lothal. Number four, Dhalavira. Number five, Kalibanga. And these were the most famous big city of the Indus Valley Civilization, but on the basis of area and on the basis of population also, Rakhigadi considered as the biggest city of the Indus Valley Civilization. Okay, and CIT named only these five cities, and two cities like Rakhigadi, Amri, Kotdiji also were the city Chanuduru. Now we should know about these sites in a particular mention. Therefore, here you write the first place Harappa. Now I can abolish it. Harappa. Harappa discovered or excavated by Dayaram Sahni. Dayaram Sahni and his team MS was in 1921. Okay. The evidences which found from Harappa are in this way, like you know, almost cities of this civilization was divided into two parts. Almost cities of this civilization was divided into two parts. In the western part was located a citadel. It was citadel in the tomb model, and in the eastern part was a residential area of general public. This was the residential area of general public, and it was the VIP area. Citadel was a big building surrounded by a safety wall, and this lower city, it called lower city. Lower city, and it called fort or citadel. Citadel used for the public work, almost granary, great bathroom of Mohenjo-daro, located in the citadel, and the administrator king were used the citadel as the residence. General public were living in the lower city or lower town area. Okay, almost city of the civilization is structured in this way. Only Lothal city was not divided into two parts, citadel and lower city, and Kalibanga was surrounded with one safety wall. There were also no division. But in the Dholavir, found that Dholavira city was divided into three parts. First part was citadel, Dholavira. I am telling about Dholavira. That was unique division of the city in the civilization. In this way, Dholavira was divided into three parts. That was citadel. Number two, middle town. And number three, lower town. remains, all the cities were divided into two parts. Citadel remains, all the city, number one citadel and number two lower city. Citadel was located in the western part of the city, western part of the city, and lower city was located in the eastern part, eastern part of the city. Okay. Next, we shall discuss in the next video. Thanks to you all.